Good evening, everyone. Give me just a second. I am sharing, and feel free to share this live. This is tonight's open discussion of Let's Talk Autism Live. Okay, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Nita. I am one of the admins of this wonderful establishment that we call Autism and Us, and you are tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Let's Talk Autism Sunday Live. So, hello, Sherry Rose, Alex, Tracy, and Annette. Let me do one more thing here before we get started. Linda is running a little bit behind. She should be here shortly. But in the meantime, let me get this open. Let me see if I can open this. Here we go. Hope everybody's doing okay this evening. We're gonna put it here. Okay. There we go. And we'll put this here. Hey, Roxy. Hey, Sandy. How are you guys doing this evening? I'm about to say morning. So I hope everybody is doing okay. We are into the new year. So if I didn't say it to you before, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We have so much in store for this year. And it's been quite busy. Very busy for us. We are getting things together. And we'll talk about, we'll do a live on the cruise information soon. But I want to welcome everybody who's new. If you have just joined the community, one of our groups, welcome. We welcome you with open arms. If you've never been to our Sunday Live, Let's Talk Autism session, this is open discussion. You throw your questions, suggestions in the chat. We'll go through them as they come. We ask that other parents that are in the chat that if you can help with a question, go right ahead and chime in. That's what this is all about, parents helping parents. And wait a minute, 1 second. Let me do one thing. I am so sorry. Let me do this before I really get started here. Okay, here we go. Okay. All about parents helping parents. Oops. But again, it's all about parents helping parents. So again, if you're very new and you haven't been to one of our open discussions, this is all about parents helping parents. Throw your questions, suggestions in the chat area. And if you can help with a question that is being asked, please feel free to chime in and answer. Again, that's what it's all about. I'm a parent just like you guys. As the questions come, comments, we go through them, as they come. We are waiting on Linda. Linda's running a little bit behind. She had somewhat of an emergency, but she will be here shortly. So, let's see here. Hey, Brianna, Brenda, Charity. See, it always happens. Every time I click on that Facebook, just doesn't want me to be great. So I have to log in through my phone. So I have the watch party going as well as the original live. We have the original live going on the main page, and then I shared it to a couple other platforms. So I have to log in when it's on the watch party. For some reason, my laptop doesn't want to cooperate. So, Roxy says, let me put you up here. Hope this year brings great accomplishments to all of our loved ones on the spectrum. Me too, Roxy. Me too. Thank you. Let me go in here. All right. Okay, so let me do this again. Hi, Brianna, Brenda, Charity, Amanda, hello. Asia, hello. Happy New Year, Willie. Happy New Year, Charity. Deadries, Deadries, I hope I said that one right. Hi, Elizabeth, Larry. Yes, feel free to share if you can. If you're on the main page or any of the other platforms, you will have the ability to share it. But if you're in the group, I'm not sure. You may be able to share it because I shared it from the public page. Okay, Willie asks, what are good, some great board games for kids? Well, we actually got the old school for me. We actually got the old school games for my son this Christmas. So we loaded them up. They were on sale too. Pretty good. Like the Life, the Monopoly. We even got him the card game. Uno. What else did we? Oh, Operation. Sorry. So any of those games are good because they're great for learning. Monopoly with the money. Life, just teaching them counting and money, and Sorry, kind of teaches them how to be a cool sport, that type of thing. So I would say any of those old school games are great. I haven't really tried any of the new ones, but here's Linda. Hey, Linda. But yeah, those would be great. You okay, Linda? Everything good? Can you hear me?
Okay, can you hear me now?
There you go. Okay. Okay, Willie says, I'm looking for something to do with my 10-year-old grandson um, when he's at my house. So, yeah, maybe try some of those, the old, I call them the old school games, but yeah. Linda just did a video not too long ago about some of the things she's using, some games she's using with her daughter for ABA therapy. So, Linda, why don't you share? Because he wanted to know some good things to do with his grandson.
With ABA, or does he
No,
have ABA?
just in general. When
Oh,
it's
just in general.
mhm.
How old is she?
It's a he's 10.
Oh, okay, 10. So just some different things. It depends on his level. Just different games. I like to keep it kind of simple, so the frustration level isn't building. So like maybe games like Sorry. So some simple games, maybe like Sorry, Candyland, Uno.
Got Candyland.
Yeah, Uno's hit and miss. Where you can modify some of the games as well. And then, so it depends too. If they like to cook, you can do recipes, and you can make it simpler where you can either have them measure things out, or you can have it pre-measured and then have them just add the pre-measured things into the recipe. You can have them play with sensory things like slime, Play-Doh, different things like that. That's kind of the things that they do in ABA. Anyways, you can have visual timers set where you're transitioning from let's play Play-Doh for 3 minutes or 5 minutes, things like that, and then you transition to the next thing. So it's just a well-structured time with doing activities, and it's structured where they're following a routine or a set schedule. So they know what's going to happen now and what's going to happen next, and you're setting like a kind of like a schedule. So if you set out a visual schedule or a prompt that we're going to do this and then we're going to do that, and you set that, like, so we're playing Play-Doh for 5 minutes, set the timer, then you show them when the timer goes off, you're moving to the next activity. That's kind of like a planned event. So that's kind of like ABA. That's planning.
Yeah, he that would be good for him too, because I guess he's it's his grandson, so he wants to keep him active, I guess, when he's at his house. So that's
those are good things, because then you have activities for them, and it's the same thing they do in ABA. So you can even put like a little visual schedule, like you put Play-Doh as a visual, like this is what we're going to do, then have other activities out. But those are the same kind of things that they do, and because ABA is really like just, isn't it, Nita? It's just activities. It's really
yeah.
And that's how
routine and activities. Yep.
That's how kids learn. They learn through play.
Hey, Leslie and Victoria. So Roxy says, I'm a bit concerned because Jalen's teacher is pregnant, and of course she will be leaving for maternity leave soon. Oh, wow. I'm being told they still don't know who will be replacing her. I had that happen too. And then it's kind of, especially when your child gets used to someone, because they don't like that change. Some of them don't like that change. But we went through that this school year too, Roxy, but not for pregnancy. The teacher left for another reason. But yeah, I guess maybe you can start by talking to him. Hopefully
trying to get out of that sunlight.
Oh, hopefully it'll be someone he can adapt to pretty quickly. You know what helped my son though, Roxy, is he had the same two pros were in his classroom. So that helped. He was still calling out the old teacher's name, but he took to his pros also. So that kind of helped with transitioning and waiting for that new teacher.
And sorry, I didn't say hi to you guys. Hi, Alex, and hey, Roxy. Hey, everybody. Hey, Leslie.
Trey says, do you all have adult children with autism like me? Hi, Trey. No, my son is 13.
Mine is 15.
There's a few members in here with adult children, though. Hey, Alex. Alex says, does your kids love ceiling fans? Because my friend Jenny loves ceiling fans. What do you mean, to watch them go round? Fascination with them? I don't think DeAndre cares to. I don't know if he's really interested, but no, he doesn't have a fascination with them. Does Emily?
What was that? I missed that. I was reading Charles' comment.
Oh,
the ceiling fans. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the ceiling fans, and it was the lights. You know, I think the round and round is because they like to spin. And I think it's almost synonymous with that because they're not spinning, it's almost the same thing as when they're spinning. It's almost like they're not spinning, so they can just watch something spinning in lieu of spinning around themselves.
Okay.
So I think it's kind of the same thing as them just spinning around. Like they spin the wheels on toys as well.
Fascination with it. Yeah. Puka Puka Williams says, I need something for hitting, like, okay, I'm assuming your child loves to tap, um, or you love to tap, and you got drums don't work. I'm not sure if I really understand that. Are you speaking of yourself and you need something besides the drums? Oh, your child is 6 years old, nonverbal. Okay, I see what
Hey,
you know of
Kristen.
anything other than drums, Linda, for a 6 year old who loves to tap, maybe?
I guess drums. We used to with Emily. We used to have the xylophone toy. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we used to have that one for Emily.
Okay.
And we had the set of the. There was that one toy. It was a big drum, and it had the different musical instruments in it. You
Okay.
opened it up, and it had different musical instruments in there that you. There were different. They all had tapping things in there, or there was like a little tambourine and little toys in there. They were all musical toys.
So yeah, Puka, you might want to try different varieties and see, and maybe the xylophone, because it makes the
Mm-hmm.
different tones and has the
Mm-hmm.
different tones. That might be a fascination for them.
Yeah. Hey, Kristen, Pamela, and Lacey.
Hey,
Aqua.
Goddess. Hey, Shannon, Amanda, Carol, Amy. Maria says, my 7 year old loves clapping all the time. How can I help him? Anyone deal with clappers?
Let me see. Where is that one, Nita? Is that one in your watch party?
Uh-huh. It's in a watch party.
They said, how can they help him?
Yeah,
Um,
with clapping. They love to clap.
I would say just let him clap. I mean, if it's okay to clap, I guess, right? Um, I guess if it's an okay time to clap, I guess turn it into I guess an okay time to clap. If it's not an okay time to clap, a good idea would probably be to put gloves on him. Like if it's in the quarter time, maybe like the knitted kind of gloves. If it's like
Oh,
say
silent. Yeah.
something like that, maybe quiet. So when he's clapping, it's kind of quiet.
Hey, Tracy. I got Skylar the memory game, and she really don't understand what to do. She wants to pick up all the cards, but I let her and I lay them back down, and she lays. She loves just doing that. Okay.
Do you
She'll.
do the,
Oh,
oh,
go ahead.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
When you do that, do you play with it face up or face down? Because an idea could be to narrow it down to, say, if there's 30 cards, narrow it down to maybe 10 cards, put them face up maybe the first time, and match them that way so she can see all the cards and get the pairs while they're all face up. And then gradually do it when they're all face down and then show her the matches that way. But when they're face up, then she can probably pick up that you're picking up the same cards that are the same. And then gradually move on to picking them up blindly.
And Goddess says, my daughter Orisha, I hope I said that right, Goddess, aka Pumpkin Sauce, all stem is laughing. So she laughs all the time. It's driving me nuts. This is another concern, another ABA hurdle. God, I'm tired.
Yeah.
My my son does that. Well, periodically he'll just start laughing out the blue, and I'm like, "What are you laughing
Yeah,
about?"
Emily too.
So, but she's saying she does it all the time. It's all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what you can do too much,
Mm-hmm.
but try to
Yeah.
let him let it out, or let her let it out.
Yeah.
for a minute or try to do something else. Because sometimes I just sit there and I look at him and I'm trying to figure out what is he laughing about. But
Mhm.
something's going on that's
Yeah.
funny to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Emily goes through that, and it's borderline. It could be a stim,
Hmm.
um, and
Yeah,
it can be a stim. It could be. I often wonder too if it could be they were remembering something that they were
that's
watching.
funny.
Hmm.
Mm,
Because we tend to think of things. We tend to think of things that were funny, um, but we might chuckle about it. But are they visualizing it a little bit more and laughing about it? Um, Morgan says that her son and daughter clap all the time as well. Hi, Stacy.
I love trouble too, Roxy.
Oh yeah. That's one of the ones that normally they actually bring for Emily for ABA.
And Mr. Charles says, I agree 100% on the games. They taught me a lot of things. Yes. Hey, RS. And you really right. You don't have to follow the rules.
Yeah. Um,
Hey, ready, set, autism. We have another parent who wants tips for potty training. A 3-year old who is on the spectrum.
um, so Melinda says, put hands on the lap, redirect. Gloves are a good idea,
Is
especially in the
that for the
movies.
clapping?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, and then it's put hands on the lap, and then especially in the movies with the gloves, that helps.
Okay. Now, as far as tips, we should have several different tips in here. Um, we're still working on potty training with my young one, but some parents say the reward system, rewarding them, will help. Maybe using their favorite device while they're on the potty, um, things like that. Time schedules, put a schedule up and say, okay, it's time, potty time, and make it a fun adventure. Let's go potty. Let's go potty.
Mhm.
But yeah, keep working with him. Keep working with him. He's 3, so yeah, keep working with him. Yes, I think she will keep to the parapros a lot because she's like that. If she don't know someone, she won't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My son tends to. If he doesn't know you, he kind of gets in that shy mode until he gets to know who you are.
Uh, Terry says, my son claps. I let him do it as it is a productive way to use his hands instead of all the fidgeting. And he also has loads of sensory toys. That's a thing too. Yeah, if he has a sensory toy, or sensory things in his hands, then that can also prevent some of the clapping. Is to keep his hands with sensory things.
Oh, you know what? I just realized that Ready Set Autism is coming from Periscope. So
Oh
hi.
yeah, that is
We're,
Periscope.
we're broadcasting on the Autism and Us Periscope page. So thank you for joining us. We're on Facebook and YouTube as well. So okay, Sandy says, I am con- concerned about my son. He been giving the bus drive dirty looks. Can I ask for a new driver, or how do I ask if my son going into ABA therapy soon? He doesn't talk, but he can tell us his needs and wants. Okay, so do you think that something's going on? The bus driver may have been mean to him? I mean, you can request it, and it depends on your district, but you would probably have to go through another meeting, especially with transportation. And if that's the only route, they would probably have to give you an alternative means of transportation. But yes, if you think it's something going on, or maybe they can just switch bus drivers. Uh, Son going to soon. He doesn't talk, but he can tell. Okay.
See if
Oh, Grace loves the fans too,
that's
huh,
nasty.
Leslie? It's a fascination. How about Roxy say for the tapping? Yeah, I didn't think about a tambourine. Tambourine is a good thing too. My son is
Well,
going
mine
on
got it.
17. Very sweet. Boy, James loves awe. Aw.
Thank you.
Skylar would just clap. Skylar would just clap. I would just join in her clap and clap too. Oh.
Stacy says, yeah, my son laughs sometimes when he remembers stuff that I can see, and I can see it on his face. That's what I kind of think too. I kind of think that Emily remembers things and she's laughing at things.
They're looking and they're like, oh, that was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Juliet says, my 19-year-old son loved to snap his fingers. He loved his sensory sound. Okay, so snapping was another. I guess that would feel good or sound good to the ears too. Um, Goddess gave a suggestion for potty training rewards.
Okay, so I just got this in Messenger from another from John Hedge. It says, "Hi ladies, so we're looking to try to change our diet, and in one of the many documentaries watched, we see the situation where a little girl on the spectrum with an appetite similar to my daughter's, goldfish, crackers, and chicken nuggets, with refusal to eat anything else. They tried simply offering what they were eating for a period, and the child, about 5, simply didn't eat for 3 or 4 days. After that, the child finally was hungry enough that she tried something new, and now eats near everything offered. What are your thoughts on this? Anybody have thoughts on this? Um, so she didn't eat for 3 or 4 days, and finally she was hungry enough that she ate everything they offered. Um, I don't know because I guess it would depend because to me she sounds like she might have been a picky eater and not a problem eater because she gave in and she started to eat what they were eating. So my thought on that was that she was capable of doing that, but as I was told from the medical or the medical field, that if it's a problem eater with dealing with autism, that a problem eater will start before they can just turn around and just start eating these types of foods. And so I think that it could be it can turn out disastrous. It can turn out to be a danger or a dangerous situation. So I would say that this might not be a safe situation to try for everybody. So that would be my opinion from what I was told from the medical angle with my daughter. So I wouldn't think that that would be safe. I think that right here, I guess it worked out well. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody though.
Okay, and Tracy was answering the cards. She said face down. She does them face down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe you might want to try, like, maybe narrow the amount of cards. And if you're still going to try it face down, yeah, just narrow them down, maybe to even 4, and keep them face down. So I have 2 sets, and try it that way. Or just have them all face up and pick out the matches that way, so she realizes what you're doing.
Hey, Akita. And Akita says try memory game with lights with different colors. That's another good idea, the colorings. Juliet says my 19-year-old son loved to chew his shirt, sensory noise sound. Oh, his shirt for sensory noise sound. I bought his special shirt tear-proof. He chewed his shirt, no tear. It was working better for my son. My son used to do that too, right here. He would take the middle of his shirt and he stopped, surprisingly. And this has just been recent, but it's been plenty of shirts that just would be ruined because of him chewing on them and stretching them, or he'll just be wet all right here just from chewing on them. But
No,
surprisingly,
our son used to do that.
mhm,
But he was neurotypical. He used to do that, and he looked
uh-huh,
like he would have a bib of, yeah, just wet right here.
yeah,
He used to drive
yeah,
Steve crazy, but it would just, yeah, he would just chew on it just right here. I don't know if Steve remembers that. He used to just do that. He would have little speckles of mold right here from his teeth,
uh-huh.
and it was, I forgot about that until you guys just said that. Yeah, he used to do that, and but Emily will just, she'll get mad and she'll bite on her shirt right here, and on one side of her closet we have some of her shirts that are just ripped right here that she's done this school year. When she gets mad, she'll just bite on her shirt and come home with a ripped up shirt. And some of them were the first time she wore them.
Wow, yep. That was DeAndre. Just chewing. Victoria. Hey, Victoria. This whole ear tube issue with Declan is driving me nuts. Oh, poor baby. He had tubes a month ago to give the eardrops. To give the eardrops is a two-person wrestling match. He refuses earplugs. It's a mess. Oh, I can imagine.
Christy says, my 14-year-old loves to laugh so much when she's having fun. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you done with Victoria?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's just reading her post.
That's what I thought. Okay, I was just making sure. Hi, Victoria. My 14-year-old loves to laugh so much when she's having fun times. I just smile at her and tell her, just a happy princess. A happy princess. Taisha loves her cell phone and her tablet. Taisha loves her cell phone and her tablet. And Stacy says, "Thank you for this."
Oh, you're welcome.
And Tabitha says hi, and Ashley says hi. Hi, guys.
Hi. So Chris, hi Chris. Kid on my bus does this too. Elementary age sped. Oh, SPD student. I think of the same way he laughs randomly. So a lot of the kids laugh. Yeah, they probably are thinking of something funny. Oh, and Roxy says, I've also read that they are seizures, like laughing seizures. Really?
Really?
That's interesting.
Really?
Okay. Now you're gonna have me thinking every time my son.
I know. I thought the same thing just now. I was like, I'm be looking at Emily like, you're okay.
You all right?
I'm be timing them and everything.
Kathy says repetition for potty training. Oh, this is back to the potty training. This is a suggestion. I had him going every hour when I was home with him. We mastered day potty training and later focused on nighttime training. Cheerios in the toilet to aim for. Okay. Mr. Charles. It might be one of those orchestral compositions that are not really humorous, even though they may symphony. Mr. Charles. Great. Grace got tubes too. Oh, okay. And she hated the drops, and her doctors told use earplugs or not good are not good to use until about 3 months after. Oh, you have to wait 3 months after the tubes before the earplugs. Okay. Poor babies. I can imagine it has to be very uncomfortable for them. Hi, Sherry Rose. Sherry Rose says, any advice to get my child to stop throwing his cars in the toilet? Oh my God. I have, matter of fact, I'm not going to say this time. I don't know which one of them kids put something, but I have had a many of cars in my toilet. Um, I have actually had to get a brand new toilet because my son, I don't know what the fascination was with that, but eventually we had to keep telling him, and it's you're gonna have to keep repeating yourself. This is not where your cars go. This is not. He would sit on the toilet and carry. Well, he would carry his cars to the bathroom and like sit on the toilet and play. And I don't know why he would like to just see them drop, or either he'll see a car run in the bathroom, throw it in the toilet, flush the toilet just to see what happens. But yeah, it took a lot of no, you can't do that. Why you do that, DeAndre? But yes, I've had to get a brand new toilet because of that. So only thing I for me, just keep repeating yourself. This is not the place for those cars. Um, yeah. Okay.
Stacy asks, how can you tell when your child is ready to learn something new like addition? My son is 4.5, 4.5 years old. Do you be consistent or stop it and try another time?
Say that one more time. What was it?
So how can you tell when your child's ready to learn something new like addition?
Oh,
My son's 4.5 years old. Should you be consistent or should you try again at another time?
you
Uh,
would be.
I would say 4.5 is a little early, anyways. Not for everyone, but if he's not getting it, 4.5 is safe enough to put it away and try again at another time if he's not picking up on it.
Oh, he's not picking up on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if he's not picking up on it, and if he's on the spectrum, and yeah, if he's getting frustrated, yeah.
Bernadette says my grandson is 5 and don't eat or drink.
Steve.
My grandson loves the water.
Steve.
You hear that one?
Um.
Her grandson doesn't eat or drink. He loves water though.
Only water, no food, no anything else.
He don't. What does he get for nutrition, or is he getting supplements, Bernadette? So he has to be getting something for nourishment, I'm sure. I did her drops. Reinforcer works. Potty training consistency. Yep. Timer for potty training. That's good. Bathroom place they want to be. Not for Declan. He doesn't want us to wash his hair. We can't wash anywhere around his ears. Oh, without a huge meltdown. And he's had massive drain. Oh, poor baby. I never had to to deal with tubes in the ear. Has Emily ever had
No,
tubes?
no.
Yeah, that just sounds.
Hmm.
It sounds like it would be uncomfortable, very
No.
uncomfortable. So I can imagine what they're probably going through, or what he's probably going through. My little new, my little new behavior. He punches himself when he gets upset.
That goes with this comment right here. Christy Miller asks, "How can you stop a 14-year-old from hitting himself?"
Hmm. Anyone anyone else deals with their children hitting themselves?
And Christy also says, "Thank you for all the support."
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Okay, Bernadette says he gets bottles from doctor. No food. No food or
Bottles
water.
like Pediasure, like a
Yeah, is it what is the doctor giving him, Bernadette? What kind of is it like Pediasure, Ensure, something like that?
yeah, it must be like a supplement or something, huh?
Mhm. Anyone deal with their child hitting themselves that have suggestions?
That's a hard one because almost the only thing that you can do is just try to keep them safe as far as like holding their hands and preventing them from hurting themselves.
Mhm. Tracy says one thing Skylar is going through. She is tearing up everything and getting pictures and tearing them up. Any ideas on what to do about this? Is it something that may trigger that? Does she get upset about something easily? Um, I don't know about tearing up things. Oh, he gets Pediasure. I'm thinking this is what she's trying to say. It says Pshire, but I'm thinking it's
Yeah, Pediasure.
Pediasure. Yeah. Okay. Does he have any? He doesn't have a feeding tube, does he, Bernadette? Let's see. Any ideas about tearing up paper pictures, Linda? Anybody else?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Um, Tracy says um, her daughter is tearing up everything, getting pictures and tearing them up. Any ideas on what to do about this? Goddess says pumpkin sauce used to hit her head on the floor. She stopped once she clunked it hard enough. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that would. It's not funny, but after they get it where it's real serious, sometimes it's like, okay, I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Well, you seen this week there was the one that she was in the hospital this week. Did you see that one?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there was one that was in the hospital this week, and I forgot what she hit it on, but she was in the hospital this week, and she it was right here on her head, and I forgot what she hit it on, but she when she gets mad or whatever, she hits her head, and hopefully she doesn't continue to do it, but that's what she does when she gets mad.
Okay, pinch, not punch. Okay,
Oh, pinch. Okay.
okay. Hi, Michaela.
Yeah. With the hitting part, is Well, and he's 14, and I can feel for you, Christy, because 14 is harder to hold their hands because he's bigger. Like I said, Emily's 15 now, so size is an issue. Pinching is hard too, though. Um, oh, this. Steve, did you find it?
Oh, Goddess says she
Did you
gives
find it?
pumpkin sauce time out.
It's right
Oh,
here.
when she tears up things.
Did you hand? It's right here. Did you handle it? Yeah. Here. Did you handle it? Yeah. Just turn off the comments on it. Sorry.
Some some Nola. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she says most question relates to behaviors. ABA helps with reducing behavior. In order to redirect, you track it to figure out the function on the behavior in order to develop a goal plan to redirect, change, reduce behaviors. Bernadette says, my grandson is so strong. Sorry, figure out the function of, okay, function of behaviors. Bernadette says, it's so good to talk to you. It's great to have you here. It's all about parents at least trying to discuss learning from each other and helping parents. Uh-oh. What is this? Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Let me.
It's done though. It's done.
Oh, it's done. Okay. Okay.
Um.
Yep. Back to school tomorrow.
Yep. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
My son goes back to school tomorrow. My son goes back to school tomorrow. I'm worried about him being funny, aggressive towards his teacher and paras. Before vacation, he was hitting, biting, pushing them 3 times a day. I've tried award systems, star charts, and other things special. Uh, he will be okay and behave fine at home, but hurts others. That's Heather. And my son trashes his room daily too.
Wow.
I can't say this name.
I'm assuming you don't want to go back, Victoria. Hey, Monique.
But I think it's a she. She says, my son has autism and ADHD, bad behaviors. I've tried everything. Starts with Kendra Gardner, I think. And then she says, my son does too.
Okay. Sherry, you're excited about school?
Oh, I'm sorry, Christy Miller. Christy, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, Christy Miller, she was the one with the 14-year-old that hits herself. I said him. It's her.
Okay.
So she says she doesn't like me to hold her hands when she hits herself. So I comfort her and I talk to her.
Okay. Sherry says, ladies, I have really good news 2020. Ryan is sleeping in her bed. All right.
Mhm.
All right.
Who said that? Who says that?
Sherry Page Robertson.
Um, has she been? Ask her. Did she come here before with that?
Well,
She's in your watch party.
yeah, she can
She
hear
in, oh yeah, was
you.
she in your watch party though? Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
why I think that. Was she in your watch party?
yeah.
Because I couldn't see her name, so if I see her name in her picture, but yeah. So have you been here before with that conversation before?
Let's see.
I wonder if her and I wish I could see her picture and stuff, but she's in your watch party, right?
Mhm. Go in the watch party. Oh, you can't. You
But
got all
I have
the.
like, yeah, I have the
Okay.
3 devices. Yeah,
Okay.
we got all these
Oh,
different things.
yep. I'm on my
I would have to
phone.
close something in order to do.
Yes. She says yes.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, that's good news. That's always exciting. I got DeAndre out of
Yeah,
my bed. Okay, and you got James and Advocate. Good for the bus situation. Okay, good. That's good,
that's good.
Sandy.
That's nice because we hear these issues and then they hear them come back and then they hear that we hear progress.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's always good news.
Mhm. So that she said you said her name Sherry Page Robert. You said
Robertson, Sherry Page
Robertson.
Robertson.
Robertson. Okay,
She says
that's good.
She says thanks for all the help.
That's good. You're welcome.
Mm, that is awesome when
Mhm.
something was accomplished.
Yeah,
Um,
I can remember where I was sitting when my life was over there when I heard that. I can remember that.
Roxy says to me that's kind of harsh approach. I wouldn't be able to let my kids go to bed hungry. Oh, because of her child not eating. I'm not sure she didn't say what kind of problem it was, whether he's just not eating. Is he just refusing to eat, Bernadette? Or is there some other issues going on with him? See if she's still here. I'm doing good to get Declan to eat preferred food every 3 or 4 days. I'm not going to try to force new foods. Okay. Skylar is like
Um,
that. If she don't like, she won't eat.
Stacy says my son is not on any medication. I've changed his diet. He is almost vegan. He loved pasta and bread, salty stuff. He has never eaten cake or ice cream. I try to give him fresh fruits and vegetables. So he is now eating spelt flatbread. I mixed what he likes with something new. He has improved and he is nonverbal. Now he just read my little red read Little Red Hen storybook before he slept. Much better eye contact, following orders much better. I try very hard with him because I cannot afford his therapies. Hoping to send him this year. Thank you for this outlet. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And Lorienda is she's not here. She says, "Hi, my love. Sorry, excuse my absence tonight. I'm cramping and have a bad migraine. Hugs and kisses, blessings. AutismAndUs is awesome. My Brandon's asthma is acting up. Just one of those evenings. Love you all, and good night." Sorry,
I
you're
hope
not
she
feeling
feels
well.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's so supportive.
she is.
Hmm. Well, I think Bernadette is not here. Yeah, I think she's gone. Leslie wants to know what NT is, Linda.
What was that?
You
Oh,
see it up on the screen.
oh.
You see
Did
it?
I say NT?
Huh?
Did I say NT?
No. Neurotypical. I guess she just sees it all the time.
Oh, maybe I took her time. Neurotypical. Oh, I see it a lot, and now I heard you say, "Oh, I didn't know I said it," but neurotypical. Yeah, it's neurotypical. So neurotypical. People say neurotypical instead of the word because some people. Okay, neurotypical would be somebody not. So in this group, we would say neurotypical would be somebody who's not diagnosed with autism, somebody not on the spectrum.
Um, Goddess says, wow, and I complain that pumpkin spice will not let me eat in peace. She eats everything. Yeah, mine too. Well, not everything, but he likes to raid the refrigerator. But I'm thinking Bernadette's baby must have some kind of problem, maybe, for that, because she didn't say. Wishing she was still here. She didn't mention if he was in any type of therapy. Thank you. Let me see. I gotta say this word name right. Simanola. 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 I hope I gotta figure out how to say that right. This is an amazing group. Great information and conversations. Thank you. And thank you for chiming in the chat with your help about the ABA. Thank you so much. Where was I at? A child who eats his shirts might be trans species. Oh, Mr. Charles.
Okay, who said that? And then you said Charles. Like, oh, okay, Charles.
You should know it's Mr. Charles. The opposite of autistic. Two. I need help with nighttime potty training with justice. Anyone have any ideas with nighttime? Now, what we were doing at one time, Monique, um, we would have to get DeAndre up at like 2 in the morning, because that would be the time he would usually wet um, the bed. So we got him in a routine. But then after a while, he holds it until it's actually time to get up. But I did have to get him up for a while once we did away with the pull ups. Anyone else have any suggestions about nighttime potty training? Happy New Year, Shakita.
Hi, Rose. Um, um, Christy says, I took my daughter to the Mall of America in Minnesota. I thought maybe she was going to have a meltdown with all the people there, but she was super excited about the rides there. That was good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Michaela says, I have a friend with autism. I'm not familiar with autism. Is it normal for him to freak out when something's happening, not in his daily thinking routine? When you say freak out, like have a meltdown, it's possible that may be happening.
And it just depends on it. I mean, it could vary. The spectrum is very. Everybody's different with their autism. Like they say, you met one person with autism. You met one person with autism.
Yeah, Roxy. Yours with the toothbrush, mine with cars. The little toy. Oh my God. And oh, I serious. I literally had to get a brand new toilet because we could not. It was stuck in that, you know, um, what you know what I'm talking
Like
about.
a trap or something.
Yeah, the trap. There you go. It was stuck there, and we could not get it out. Even when they took the toilet off, you could not get that car out. So yeah, I had to invest in a new toilet. Yep. Finally got him out of that. And then just the other day, I'm not blaming. I said I wasn't gonna do it because I don't know which one of the two did it. Um, we had something stuck in the toilet, so I had to. My dad's been over here for the last couple of days working
That's
on.
what happened.
Hmm. He had to take that one off and clear out everything. But as soon as he did that, you start finding other things. So well, which is good and bad, but dad was here all day. So it's like, okay, but I got it fixed. I did get it fixed. So that was good. But everything started happening. It was like, okay, it was like that ripple effect. One thing and then the next thing, and it's like, oh no. Yeah, but I don't know which one of the kids stuck something in there. I think they're using either too much toilet paper or something. Leslie says, how do you get them to write? She colors and hold pencils, but when I try to get her to write a letter or number, she gets mad because I have to help her.
How old is she? Colors.
Let's see, that's Leslie.
And so she's 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think is she 3?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's 3. She's in preschool. I'm pretty sure she's 3. I think she's just a tall 3. Christy says, "Oh, I remember those days with the toys." LOL. Yeah, because Christy, I'll remember Christy really well because Christy, not only does she have a 14-year-old and I have a 15-year-old, but it's a girl too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll definitely remember. We're like the same. But yeah, so and then too, she's going through the same thing. Like it'll be the same. We're in the same phase right now.
Anyone have any suggestions on how to help Leslie? Yeah, it's probably gonna just take a little time, Leslie. I would say. Try to make it into a game.
Oh, Heaven says cell phone in the toilets.
Cell phone.
Oh
my goodness. Oh yeah.
And Stacy wants to know, what can one expect in ABA therapy?
What to expect? Well, have you started already, or you're just getting ready to start? You should have
And how old is your child?
Mine.
I asked how old her child.
Oh, her child.
Yeah, going into ABA, because that would make a difference as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my son is 13, but what we did was we had a meeting with. In the beginning, there's 2 supervisors. There's the one that's over the 2 that's under her. I can't remember what you call them, but they all 3 of them came to the house, and we had a discussion of what I was looking to do, what our goals were, and what they would start off with. Then every month the supervisor that's over the BT comes and we discuss that too. But mainly you're working the goals. Like with me, for my son, is getting him to be a little more independent. So whereas I don't have to help as much with a lot of things, and as well she helps him with his speech. It just depends on what you're looking for. What are your goals for it, and what is allowed? And are you doing it in a class setting? Are you doing it at home? Or are you doing it at the center? What you say, Linda?
She didn't say anything yet, but
what you say?
I thought you said, what did she say? What did you say? What did you ask me?
About the ABA, what to expect.
Um, well, I think it's going to make a difference what she's going to, how old, um, when they're starting, because it's going to be different. Like if it's going to be community based, what she's looking for. Like when we went on with it this time, I want a lot of community based help as far
Yeah.
as safety and the store shopping things and being, knowing sound and noise level in the library versus the store noise and sound level that she's supposed to put out. And say like religious services, things like that, the level of sound she should have there. So there's different things
Oh,
that
it's different.
yeah, there's different things like, how she should present herself in the community. So there's different things that you can bring in ABA for and that you need help with. So it depends on what you're looking for from ABA that you need help with, that's what they're there for. So it depends on what you're enlisting ABA for.
Yeah. What are your
It,
goals?
yeah, so it depends on what you're enlisting it for, where your starting point is, and how old your child is what you're gonna. It's
And
hard for
where?
what
Yeah.
you're looking to
And where?
expect. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's ABA in the school setting, there's
Mhm.
ABA at centers, and
Mhm.
ABA at home. And
And
like, oh, go ahead.
yeah, if you're starting with ABA and your child say like 3, or even before that, even before 3, like before the school age, and they're say 2, your kid just got diagnosed. You're starting from scratch, and they're starting everything right then. Then I can almost tell you, yeah, okay, they're going to start with like a module, and they're going to start with like, say, with fork feeding, utensils, things like that. They're going to start with, starting to try to do it with clothing. They're going to start with the basics. A little bit older, it's kind of like, okay, I got to kind of ask, what your child's already doing and not doing.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Keep track. I lost my, hold on, guys, because I lost my watch party and I can't find it.
And so maybe your watch party went down. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I went out of it and then now I can't
Because
find it. I don't,
okay, the Sherry Page is over here now.
let me see.
Um,
Yeah, there it is, but
okay.
no,
Sherry
not
said,
it.
"Ladies, somebody just asked me how I got Ryan to sleep in her own bed. Well, her pediatrician told us buy her doll baby a bed, and each and every night have her put her baby in her own bed. I mean, in her bed, and then ask Ryan, do you want to get in your bed? Even though she said no, my husband and I did it faithfully, each and every night. And out of the blue, Ryan asked to get in her bed one night. So now Ryan sleeps in her own bed, and her
Oh,
baby doll sleeps in her bed right beside her. I think that's a
oh.
good idea, and it
Mm,
worked. Oh, that was really neat.
okay, I think I got it. I don't
Thanks
know
for
why it won't let me
sharing.
in. I cannot find it here.
Whoops. And Jessica says we got our girls magna doodles for Christmas, and one of the twins was sorting the shapes. I was so proud.
And Leslie, Goddess says, let let her try on her own with the writing. Maybe instead of helping her,
Mm-hmm.
let her try on her own. Oh, here's Bernadette. Bernadette says won't let her food through, won't sleep in her own bed. When I go out with my grandson, we get bad looks. Things like he's too, how old is he, Bernadette? And does he have issues? Oh, he gets bottles. Okay. He gets bottles. Does he have stomach issues, Bernadette?
And how old is he?
Um, the granddaughter is 3. I don't know how Here's one for you too. Let me see if she'll answer that. Bernadette, how old is your grandson? This one is for you, Linda. Goddess says the puberty goddess is upon us. I will be asking for help in the months to come. She has a daughter
Oh,
reaching puberty, so she said in the months to come.
there was somebody on the page today. I think it was today. I think it was this morning. Somebody's 9-year-old.
Uh-huh.
She started her period today, I believe. She was 9.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen that post
Yeah,
too.
she was 9. She said, and the mom said, "Help." She said she just got it today, and she's 9. Help. I think Emily was 10.
Oh, he's 5.
5.
He's She says he's got no sensory. I'm thinking that's what she's
Mm-hmm.
meaning. And he's 5.
And he's the one who drinks bottles.
Yes.
Did she talk to the doctor about taking the bottles away or anything like that?
So remember, she said he gets his bottles from the doctor. So I'm thinking
So it must
something
be a
must be.
reason then, if he's prescribing the
Yeah,
bottles. Yeah.
yeah, it must be something. Is there a medical issue, Bernadette? The reason why he's prescribed bottles of the Pediasure? Let's see what Mr. Charles says. When I was 4, I discovered addition. My mom observed me playing with my toy bricks and discovering that 1 and 1 was 2 and that 2 and 2 was 4. She asked me simple addition problems and I got them all right. Uh, I'm online.
Grandma, is that what you're saying?
Okay, close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Thank you. Sorry, you guys.
Saying grandma.
She asked me simple addition problems. I got them all right until she got up to 4 and 5, and I said it was 8. From that juncture, mom and dad kept working with me on math. By the time I started first grade, I could do long division and understood what powers were. Smart. You are the numbers man. That's for sure. Okay, Bernadette says, yeah, he won't let food go near his mouth. The smell makes him throw up. So he doesn't even like it near his mouth and he's throwing up. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, I seen something about that before. There's a documentary. Lost my train of thought.
About the food and the throwing up.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to look that up after. I have to write that down too.
Oh, okay. Okay, Victoria says for Leslie, have her trace like you write in a highlighter, and then she can trace over it.
That's what I was going to say. Because if she's coloring in, I don't know if she does this, but if she colors, and if she color inside, like she really wants to color the picture, and if she does exactly like that, like, so they have some books where the kids trace the letters inside the little, those little, like when you have like the dash lines or whatever, and they're tracing the letters. What they did with Emily was they would have a highlighter and they would write like the letters or the words, and Emily would trace that. So then I just, would do the same thing with the yellowish color highlighter. I would just write out something and Emily would trace that. And then somebody right here just said the same thing. Said to buy those bigger pencils, or she said to buy those grips, the big grips that you put onto a pencil, so she might be able to hold it better. But they also have those big pencils that they're the fat, chunky pencils that you use like in kindergarten. that also might be something that she might want to use. So you could try a variety of those different things that might make it better for her.
Raymond is 15 and he has given him some bruises. Okay, talking about the pension. Okay, and let's send a punch into his chest.
And that was
Got him a punch bag. Okay, that's
that
an
was
idea for the aggression. Maybe that's what they're feeling. That punching bag is good because DeAndre, and he does it. I'm sorry, you guys. He does it on his own now. I don't know whether it's just because he's feeling it, and sometimes when he gets mad though, he'll go and get his boxing gloves out of his drawer and he'll run in the basement, and all you'll hear is boo 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 on the boxing bag, punching bag, and then he'll run upstairs and put his boxing gloves up. So sometimes I haven't caught him to see whether it was something. Maybe he's mad about something, but he's done it. He's ran past me quite a few times, and all you hear is that bag going boo 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 boo. So that's a good idea. Good idea.
That was Kelly Kissinger Clark that said that about the pencil.
Oh, okay, okay.
And Stacy says she's 4.5 years old, or she asked about ABA, 4.5 years old, and going to start soon, hopefully.
Oh, and Tracy's talking about tearing. She'll be watching her tablet, and I go check on her, and she tears stuff up. Hi, Julie. How are
Um,
you?
oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, Heather says have Leslie have her daughter do some OT therapy.
She says what?
OT
OT.
therapy. I think she's talking about the writing.
Oh, okay.
But I think that OT therapy, well, she has services probably through preschool, but then we know the issue in Pennsylvania with the ABA therapy, which would probably be the people that would probably help with the writing.
Hmm. So Julie says my son Trey has autism. He has pink eye. I am helping to keep his hands washed. Yep, definitely and please keep him away from other children because they will catch it easily, especially if he's in school. Well, I'm sure he's not going to school tomorrow if he has the pink eye. Very contagious, very contagious. I've dealt with enough of pink eye. Cherie, hello. Another one from Periscope. How are you?
Oh.
Hey, Ashton. Yeah, just keep him, as I said, because pink eye is very contagious. So if he's in school, you need to take him out of school, get him to the doctor, and get the eye drops because it spreads easily. So just keep his hands washed. The doctor may even tell you to cover his eye up for a little bit and then take the patch off, depending on how bad it is. Depending on how bad it is. But please, and I say this to parents, if your child has pink eye and you know it, don't allow that child into school. Take them to the doctor and keep them home. I'm not a teacher, but I am a parent. And that stuff spreads. That stuff spreads. Because you deal with it, then I have to deal with it with my child. Yeah, so please.
Kelly Kissinger.
Oh, she says he's 20. He's 20 years old. Okay, so he's on. I'm assuming he's on the spectrum, and he needs help. He's at home. Does he have a caretaker while you're at work? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead with yours.
Oh, Kelly Kissinger Clark, what brand of Chewy necklaces is good to use? I'm looking into buying my oldest son some since he's biting on his shirts and no.
You kind of went out.
Oh, she wants to know what brand of Chewy toys or Chewy necklaces because she's looking to buy them for her son because he's biting on his shirts and his fingernails.
Hmm.
Um, pumpkin sauce is wearing a bra. Linda, and I'm not ready for this. That's from Goddess Mother. Oh wait, is Goddess Mother Ovarisha? Oh, she's the one. I think she's the one. She lives like right up the road from me.
Yeah, she came in alive the other night.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah. She's the
Yeah.
one. Yeah, she lives. I mean, yeah, right up the road. Yeah, she lives not too far from me. And she says, writing without tears is great too. So that's something, Leslie. Writing without tears.
Hi, Sally.
Christy says, my daughter was 12 when she started her period. I took her to an OBGYN and they prescribed her pills to stop her period. Yeah, we got Emily. I think we waited like a year and a half. No, we probably waited longer than that, probably 2.5 years. And now we're every fourth month, I think. We let, I think we stop it every fourth month. I think we're supposed to. So I think she has one every fourth month.
Hey, Veronica.
Kelly says, sounds like the boy that is 5 years old has food intolerance where he's throwing up. My oldest son had that when he was first born. And Jessica says the Lego Chewy toys are good.
That's true. Some of us can learn to control our reactions to unexpected. Others can't. I'm sorry, Linda. Go ahead.
I don't know. It's okay.
Gloria says, I'm bipolar, and please don't unexpectedly change what I think my day is going to be like. It's normally not a pretty picture. Okay. And Leslie says her daughter's 3, will be 4 in March.
Oh, okay.
Skylar is 14. She might be a southpaw, in which she should be able to left a letter. Okay, I get that, Mr. Charles. I wouldn't force it. Try having her trace big letters with a car or use sand or something. Okay. I keep trying to get Eddie to write. We do hand over hand. Then I act real extra when he holds the crayon on his own, and I cheer for him like a cheerleader. Good job, yay. He loves that. He's still stubborn about writing, though. Eddie!
So, Kelly Kissinger, she was talking about the same thing I was talking about. She said the food intolerance for the 5-year-old, and I said I thought it was on a documentary. It's the food intolerance. The thing that I seen was it's called The Girl That Was Allergic to Food, and she couldn't keep any food down, and she literally could throw everything up. And she had food intolerance too, but it was called like The Girl That Was Allergic to Food. But
so they kept her on the supplements.
She got to the point where she was like fed through a tube, and then but then they went through this stuff. I don't know what the outcome was or what she's doing now, but she had the food intolerance too, where she didn't want to eat because she would get sick. But yeah, it was. But I knew it was something like it was like she was allergic to food, and that's what he sounds like. Where he didn't, and the doctor, because it seemed like that, because the doctor even, most of the time they're like, take the bottles away and he'll want to eat. But if the doctor's prescribing the bottles, there has to be an issue, right?
Yeah. Okay, Roxy, love you too. See
See
you
you later,
next
Roxy.
time.
See you later. Hey, Della.
Della. Gloria says recognizing letters and numbers is way more important than writing them. Let her work on it at her own pace for a while. Yeah, she'll eventually get it. She knows her ABCs and numbers up to 20.
Shannon says the okay, so I guess the Lego brand of Chewy toys, the silicone necklaces are good.
For the Chewy toys?
Yeah, for the Lego brand, the silicone necklaces are good.
And Victoria says she started Molly with her name and then she branched out with wanting to write other words. Okay. Bernadette says, if my grandson got the peg, if my grandson got the peg, would he ever eat? And by peg, I'm assuming
Oh,
the
I
tube.
think, yeah, I think that's what she's talking about.
Well, he would be force fed then, so he would have no choice. Not eating through his mouth. So if he got a tube, they would have to feed him through his stomach, go directly to the stomach. And Charles says, I know what that is. That's good night, right? Good night. I'm going to learn that one of these days. Oh, that's great. She's so smart. Writing is hard. Be patient with her. We bought Colton a bunch of those white off books with dry erase markers at about 4 and just let him play. Okay.
They're she's wondering if they go that route to get that, will he ever learn to eat? Is that what she's wondering?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what she's saying. If my grandson got the pet, okay, yeah, that's what she's saying. Will he ever eat? So, Bernadette,
Yeah.
you want to know will he be able to learn how to eat?
There was somebody who it was a while ago in this group. They were getting it removed, and then they were getting it removed. So, but I don't know what the situation was.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess it would depend on what his situation was. So, I we don't know exactly what.
My son is 4. I think it's a change in his routine. Have spoken to ABA. They haven't had time to address it yet. Need to find function. If it's a sensory, from pinching. Okay. Yeah, if it's a sensory or attention seeking. Yeah. Gloria, thank you. Some kids won't transfer milk over a sippy. So ignore the looks if that's the only way. Oh, for the bottle. So Gloria says some kids won't transfer milk over to a sippy cup. Just ignore the looks if that's the only way he'll drink it. Yep, as long as what's important is getting what he needs inside. Some people my age are still on about I'm sure, Charles. I'm sure. Charles. Della.
Um, Shannon says, "Hello, I just got my son to sleep. He is highly autistic and epileptic. He has had over 200 seizures and is 3."
He had seizures, you
He's had
said?
over 200 seizures and he's 3 years old.
Oh, poor baby. Wow, he's going through a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, here, Linda. She says he's never had food. They said he's so bad he might he might speak before he eats.
This is the same one, right? This is Bernadette.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. And he's 5.
I'm surprised that they haven't. Well, I guess because he's still technically I seen this lady, she was hooking up I used to watch her on YouTube. I don't know if she still puts the videos up.
No.
Um, she used to hook up the tube and put his food in, and it's literally the same stuff, like Pediasure. It's the same, like the Ensure, the Pediasure, that type of stuff. But she's putting it. She hooks it up, but I guess because he's still taking it through his mouth, then why put a GI, a tube, why feed him, that way? I guess so. He's still taking it through his mouth, so why feed it any other way? But I guess he's just not taking food.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so he's just short of being tube fed, really. There's through a peg.
And Victoria says periods are generally weight based. So anyone with girls that are close to 100 pounds can expect their period to start at least that's what my doctor said. I don't know. I started, well, all of us started young, 9 and 10. I started when I was 9. My oldest daughter started when she was 9. My youngest daughter started when she was 10. So maybe it could be.
And I can't remember if my girls were even 100 pounds yet.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
And and then, I have friends, growing up, everyone started theirs later than I. And then, you always hear it's probably the foods you eat,
Mm-hmm.
your environment. And I was down south when I started mine. I remember that clearly. 9 years old and didn't know what the heck was happening to me. Yeah.
And I remember, yeah, I had a friend who was heavier, and she didn't start hers, and she was
Hmm. Bernadette says you have to hold him down to give him water. Is he in the hospital? Wow, he's not eating and doesn't want to drink uh water.
I would almost think simply because of that he should have a oh man, that's man.
Yeah. Della says in that situation. Yeah. Yeah. She's saying,
Della said the same thing I just said right here. That's what I was just about to say.
yeah, I'm wondering, is he at home? You would think that poor baby wouldn't have no weight on him or anything.
Yeah. Although a lot of our water comes from our foods, like our fruits and certain foods and stuff. And maybe that's what they're taking into account, that the Pediasure has a lot of the fluid in it.
Oh, she says he's 24-hour care with her daughter. Okay. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Charles, time for you to give up the bottle.
I was going to say that too. I was going to say Charles saying it because it's him.
Uh, I hope y'all know I'm just, yes, Mr. Charles. And this is what we want the group to know too. Once you get to know Mr. Charles, you get to love him. He is the class clown, so to speak, around here. So, yes, we love Charles.
Shannon. Yeah, Shannon, I can. Oh yeah, Shannon, I can see your messages. You probably saw that I read that right before that. Um, um, okay. Yes, yes. Hi, Sierra. And has Bernadette tried smoothies? Jessica says that. Um, Goddess Mother says she was 15 when she started hers. Um, Christy says my daughter was over 100 pounds when she started hers. Shannon says I didn't get mine until I was 15. I swear the hormones in the meat. And Coral says hi.
Yeah, see, because that's what I've known. A lot of girls, well, a lot from me growing up, a lot got their periods later. in their teen when they became teenagers. I was one of those early ones, and I don't know. Maybe it was all that good seafood at Grandma's house. I was down south. I don't know. Um, and here's Mr. Charles joking. I hope Della doesn't take this personally, but you know how Mr. Charles is. She says Marlo won't won't write. Period. He won't even hold any writing utensils. Period. And then Mr. Charles says, "But will he write comp?" Mr. Charles. But you still have time to teach Marlo. Watch. I bet you before it's all over with, Marlo will be writing Marlo. Eddie did too. Remember, I posted that video in the group. I've been working on homework. Did fine. Then he started crying. That's because he didn't want to hold the pencil. Charles guy. That took you a minute. I got it right away. As soon as I seen that, I said, okay. Good night in German. Yeah. Good night. Good night. Did I say it right? Good. 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 I don't remember now just how old Dorothy was when she had her first period, but she knew what to expect. The only surprise was the timing.
Goddess Mother says, I just friended Charles on my Facebook. On Facebook.
Praying for Bernadette's son. Yes, we all are. Yeah, because Bernadette says they've tried everything, so he's really, really bad off. Veronica also says she's sorry to love Bernadette.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He does hold. Marlon does hold eating utensils.
Yeah, no, keep working with him. Della, he'll get it. He'll get it. Because Marlo is smart. Marlo is smart. He just know Mama gonna do it. That's what that is. Marlo be knowing what he doing.
I was gonna say, have him have to write something. Have him have to write that he wants to eat something.
I was thinking about doesn't he hold
eating? Goddess Mother says maybe weight has something to do with it. I'm very small, 5'2" and 98 pounds.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Goddess Mother says maybe weight has something to do with it. I'm very small, 5'2" and 98 pounds.
Okay.
And
we all love Marlo, Veronica. Marlo, I'm telling you, Marlo's smart. He know when to hold and when not. I was 9 when. Okay, you were 9 too.
And Goddess Mother says ASD children are very crafty. Yes.
Yes, they are. And Gloria's asking how old is Marlo? He's 32, right, Della? Her baby is 32.
About to be 30. Yeah, 33 in September, right?
Okay, everybody, we are over the 1.5 hour mark. So,
there was something I wanted to share though. If you have
go ahead.
So, you guys, I don't know if you guys seen that video this week. It was on the main page, and if you didn't like the main page already and you like this group, be sure to go like the main page. But this is so if those of you who aren't on the main page right now, so there was the video with the guy, the 26-year-old that has autism and schizophrenia. I don't know if you guys seen that video this week. So there is the video. So I was reading about the article, and I was reading about schizophrenia and autism. And so if you guys notice, like the laughing, or you notice your kids looking around, or looking like not looking at things, but kind of like looking at things, that may or may not be there, or looking off in the distance, things like that. Uh, but I mean, I don't know if you guys notice that, or sometimes like maybe sensory seems like it's overload, or they're trying to block sounds and things like that. So I was reading about that. But your kids can't really speak up too much, or they're maybe nonverbal. So you would never know. My question was, how would you ever know if your kids can't explain things about what they hear or what they see or what they don't hear and what they don't see? Uh, so that was always a concern of mine. So fortunately, he could speak, and he was able to say that what he was hearing and what he was seeing. And then they were able to say that he was having hallucinations, both auditory and visual. And then they were able to diagnose him and say that he had schizophrenia. So he not only was diagnosed with autism, he also had schizophrenia. So they luckily were able to treat both, and they're able to control it, and that he was able to differentiate between reality and the hallucinations. So it was really good that he could differentiate and that he could be treated for both. So it was really good. He's 26 years old now, so that was good. But anyway, so I went on and I was reading more about it, and I hope Della doesn't mind. But so sometimes you see Marlo, he looks up at things, because it's common with autism. Emily will squint and she'll look over at different things and things like that, because it's, like I said, it's just common with autism. We talked about our kids giggling and laughing, and you wonder what they're thinking, because it's a stim. They can have visual stims. They can have they can have things like you might think that they might be laughing at something that they're hearing. So I started to read about this, and so with autism, there was things that they were talking about with adults that they found out with autism. They started to study it more, and with people generally, even with kids with autism, they said now they're starting to figure out that with autism, not with autism and schizophrenia, just autism alone, that there is hallucinations, and both auditory and visual. Not in the sense that to say there's psychosis, but there's hallucinations as to say that things are brighter, so that there could be lights. So to say that we might see something. So if we see a blue sky, they could see a vivid blue sky. So they could see vivid blue, like hues. They could see in a room. So like if we're seeing, like say if we see just the normal bright light, like say the light bulb right there shining, they could see the light shining white. They could see like a bright halo of white, like maybe shining in a circle of white, like a white ball of shining. So they could see shapes and things like that. And they showed a picture of all the colors of hues shining and reflecting, which made sense why when we go outside and I put sunglasses on Emily, say for at Disney or something like that, it helps her a lot, and she can handle this sensory a lot better. Same thing with the sounds. So they said the auditory and the visual hallucinations, as to say, for an autistic person, it's just because it's overly sensitive. They said it's the same thing as, I don't know how many of you guys have migraines. They said before you get a migraine or afterwards, you have these auras, and I get migraines, so I know what they're talking about. You get this aura, and things start to look kind of like distorted a little bit. They said this is like those kind of hallucinations where things just look, to me, distorted. So things are kind of like blurry, or somewhat the colors kind of all blur together a little bit. It's like that. They said those are what they would call like hallucinations. So it was kind of like, it was neat to hear that, because then you can kind of see, I can see why Emily squints her eyes a lot, because it kind of would dull that a little bit. And then I can see why she does better out in a public place with glasses better. Anyways, it was a really neat article though. So I just thought it was neat.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. So if you guys look up autism and visual or auditory, hallucinations. But it, like I said, it doesn't have anything to do with psychosis or anything like that. But if you look that up, you can see why their vision is overly active or overly sensitive. The same thing with the auditory. So I just thought it was really neat, though. But it was neat because it came from that one video, and then it kind of makes us, or lets us kind of peer into what our kids see or our loved ones on the spectrum see and hear. So I just wanted to share that. That was interesting.
Well,
So
thank you. That is interesting.
yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to share that.
Yeah. So, this is the end. We want to thank every one of you, but these last 5 minutes, we want to invite anyone who wants to come on and say hello live. I put the link in the chat area. All you have to do is click on that link, and it should lead you to um, broadcast room. So if you want to come in and say hello for a quick minute, you are welcome. Um, Make sure you don't have two devices going, and turn your volume down. If you have a headset, that's absolutely perfect. But uh, that's wrong before he looks up at the ceiling for a long time. Same area. Yeah,
Oh,
Bernadette, we have to go. We have to go. We'll do this the same time next week. Linda may pop on.
yeah, you guys, if you guys are interested, yeah, we may be on Thursday evening.
Yeah.
And if anybody in this watch party right here, I'm gonna say right here, wants to come on, let me know, and I will text you the link, and you guys can join in.
Okay, I'm gonna put the link, Mr. Charles.
Or I will message you the link in Messenger. So I
Yeah.
click here. If you see that right here, let me know. Say me, and I will message it to you. No, just let me. Oh, you want to come on? Oh, I'll send it to you. Let me message it over to you right now. Anybody else in here wants to, let me know. Oh, Nita, can you message that to me real quick, please?
Okay, sure can. Sure can.
Where is? Okay, got it. I got two over here, Nita. So save me two spots just in case.
Oh, okay.
I won't get on too quick.
Yes, yes, Gloria. We keep them up. We keep them up. So they'll be right around here floating. So anytime you want to come back, but we're here every Sunday. Every Sunday. So come on. Come on. We have Mr. Charles.
Hello.
Hello. How
Hello.
are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Doing
Good.
fine. Let me put a light on so my face will be a little more visible.
Okay.
Okay, there.
Okay, there
I
we
think I
go.
can see better now. Up. Okay, there we go. I guess. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think something is overshadowing me here. I don't know, but
Okay. Let me see. I'm putting the link again in the watch party. So if you can, I'm thinking it may be clickable. You can click on that link. That'll bring you right here to say hello to everybody. Anyone is welcome. We're going to take these last few minutes just for a little chill chat, live chill chat.
so how's everybody?
Doing good, Mr. Charles. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Yeah, yeah. Cindy and I are just relaxing at home. We had our meeting today, and we went out to eat afterward, and came home, and so we're relaxing now.
Relax. Relaxation time. All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see. Oh, I sent it to you.
Huh?
I sent it to you.
Oh, check your inbox.
Yeah, into your inbox, Goddess.
Christy, are you able to click that link?
Why can't I see?
Let me know if you want to come on. We still have room for 3 more.
Hold on, Shannon. I'm still coming over there. Still trying to get to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was
So,
interesting that
Oh,
discussion about the writing, I used to insist on holding a pencil in my fist, my fist wrapped around it
oh
until I
my
was in fourth grade. Finally, I started listening to the teacher and my parents who were telling me to hold it the way most people do.
You were holding it like this, huh?
Yeah, gripping my fist around it. All the time I filled up with reams of paper counting my 76s. That's how I was holding my pencil.
Mm. Victoria asks, where are you from?
Okay. I'm originally from New York City and now living in Connecticut, but I've lived also in the Chicago area and in Virginia for more than half my life, and in Charlotte for a couple of years.
Let's see if I can get it over to there.
Charles always has the best days. Like, I want to switch my days and go live like Charles. Yes, he is. He is so chill, Veronica. I agree. Charles is that cool cat.
Great.
Hmm. Someone else coming, Linda?
Yeah, I sent it to Goddess. Yeah, I don't know why she can't see it. It's in her inbox.
Oh,
And Shannon, I saw that she opened it. She should be able to.
okay.
She should be coming now.
Yeah, just click on the link and it'll bring you right here.
And Goddess, it's in her box, and I messaged her before, so she should be able to get it.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, this was a nice chat tonight. Very active tonight. Very active. And I just want to again welcome all the new members. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really do appreciate the community. It's just growing, and lots of conversations are flowing over in the support group. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, here we go.
Is that her?
This is Shannon. Hey, Shannon.
Hello.
Hi.
How are
Hello,
you?
Shannon.
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. This is just a little chill chat before we end our call tonight, or our live tonight, I should say.
Okay.
How are you this evening?
I'm good. And how are you? There's some light.
Okay.
I was laying down with the baby.
Oh.
Yeah, he had over 200 seizures since he's been 9 months old, and he's 3.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm a busy mama. He's up at the crack of dawn. He's highly autistic, lots of sensory issues. So I can relate to the whole light thing that Linda was talking about, because he hates the sun. He hates sunlight.
Oh, wow.
And he's a picky eater as well. Like, he'll eat 2 things and then that's it. So how's everything with you guys?
Oh, that's what they said too. They said that it said something about that as well. It said that I forgot, but it was so strange because I would never think that I forgot how they said it, but it had to do with taste too. It was taste, auditory, and visual. It was so strange. Oh. But it had to do with taste as well, because I never ever would have thought that.
Yeah,
it was like you didn't even have to be eating, but you could taste something out of nowhere. It could have a taste.
Also, maybe that's why he's not eating what he used to be eating anymore.
Yeah, it was like, because like, say if he was just sitting there, he could all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, he could have a taste pop into it. Like, say if you imagine like you were eating something in a moment, but you really weren't. But you thought you were eating something, and the taste was like, all of a sudden the taste popped into your mind, but you really weren't eating it. And say it could have like been associated with like say a hallucination, really a thought, like a visual really wasn't happening. You can have that as a taste, and it was happening, but it really wasn't happening. It was like that.
Poor little guy.
Yeah, so it was like a
I have to check
hallucination.
that out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
because
was so strange. Yeah.
he's not eating like macaroni and cheese anymore or yogurt. I just got him on like the protein shakes to make him gain weight. You know, like the Boost or the Pediasure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to give that to him because he stopped eating. So
at least he takes those though.
Yeah, I put it in almond milk.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Oh man.
But he's a handful.
Oh,
He's 3 and 1.
3 and 1. Okay.
You know, because I'm older. You know what I mean? Like, he gives me a run for my money. I have fibromyalgia. I have chronic migraines, and like, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, stepdaughter has fibromyalgia.
So do I.
Oh, it's terrible. You do too, Linda?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's getting worse. I've had it for 20 years.
Yeah, I had it 15 years.
Oh, wow. What do you take for it? Anything?
I took a lot of different things, and ultimately what happened was exercise and a healthy lifestyle and diet is what actually worked. But it couldn't be too much and it couldn't be too little. I had to find the balance.
Right.
Yeah. So, but it was hard finding the balance. But you know, it was hit and miss, and it was killing me when I was doing too much and too little. So, but it was a hard road to find it. Yeah.
You had to find that midpoint.
Yeah. It was a road. It was a journey to get there.
Yeah, it's hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anybody else want to come on and say something before we sign out tonight?
Goddess, I put it right there now. If you could probably see it in the party.
Did you inbox her?
Yeah, I inboxed her, but she couldn't see it there. She couldn't find it. Jessica says there's sunglasses for epilepsy.
For the special?
Yeah, she says there's sunglasses for epilepsy. I'm epileptic, and they're covered through insurance.
Yeah, but he won't put anything over on his head.
That's what you were the one who said that earlier?
Yeah, he won't put anything on his head.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, she said he won't put anything. That's what I thought you were the one who said that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I can't put anything on his eyes. He won't wear them. He won't wear glasses. Nothing.
Aw.
It's hard.
Hey, is this Goddess right here? Goddess, can you click on that?
She's in the watch party?
Yeah, but I just put the thing in there, but I saw her hit the likes.
Oh, okay.
One of the things that has been educational for me about this group is how many people with autism have other issues that that they're affected by. Like as you're saying, the 200 seizures in one day, things like that, and that's an eye opener for me. Realizing how many people are doing other things besides just.
Yeah.
Hey, Veronica.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Hi, Veronica.
Hi, Charles. Hi, Shannon.
Hello.
Hi. Wait, Nathan's saying hi.
Oh,
okay.
You have a Nathan?
Hi, Nathan.
I have a Nathan.
I have a Nathaniel.
Hi, Nathan.
Anytime he hears me say hi, guys, to the phone, he peeks in.
I have Nathan. Yeah.
Nathan.
Nathaniel. Cute.
Hi, Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
He's giving his mean mug.
That's what my Nathan.
He's like, I'm eating yogurt.
That's what and they don't even feel embarrassed doing it, huh? Like he has to.
No, you get embarrassed. They don't.
Yeah, that's how mine was.
Yeah, David. What, sweetie? Oh my goodness, I can't get on here because everybody wants to say hi.
Hi, David.
Hi, David.
He smiled, right? That's how my.
Oh yeah, big smile.
Yeah, that's how my other ones were. But then Nathan,
Mason's
Where's
the
Eddie?
mugger, yeah. Eddie is over here. Let's see if he'll say hi. Eddie, you want to say hi?
Hi, Eddie.
You got a little whistle. That's all you got.
Hi, Eddie.
Does he
He's
whistle
something
all
else.
the time?
When he's relaxed, he'll whistle. When he's trying to calm himself down, he'll whistle.
Huh?
He likes to whistle at like 4 o'clock in the morning
Really?
sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, and whenever he wakes up and everybody's still asleep, like you can hear him whistling, and he whistles loud.
Yeah, I seen it was. I only learned that yesterday. I read that was on the stimming list.
Yes,
Mhm.
And
I
it
never
used to
knew
be
that.
humming. He used to hum, but now
Mhm.
it's whistling, and
Yeah,
it's like constant. He can go on and on and on.
yeah. I never knew that
Yeah.
until somebody inboxed me day before yesterday with a video, and she said she was concerned. She said, "What is this?" She said it was something else, but she wanted to know what her son was
Oh,
doing.
like if it was a stim or something. Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't whistling. But yeah, it was something. It was a routine that he would do every night, and then so I
Yeah,
put
a
her.
lot of people get confused with the stimming.
Yeah, so I showed her this article all about stimming, but I was reading the different things, and I saw whistling on there, and I was like, Eddie, and I was like,
Yeah, yeah. He just started doing that like a month or two ago, I believe. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll whistle songs to him
Mhm.
and to see if he'll pick them up, and he's picked up the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star so far.
Oh wow.
Aw.
Yeah, he's learning songs
Aw.
now. Yeah.
I've
I never
never
knew
been
that
able
when
to whistle.
I went back and I was reading the list. I was like, oh, I never knew that. Never knew that was
Me
one.
neither. I did the same thing you did because he was like doing it more and more, and I'm like, what is
Mhm.
that?
Yeah,
So I was like, maybe it's because he learned and he's proud of himself, but it's just stimming.
yeah,
Hi.
it's really neat.
I
That's
got
great.
us.
I've never been able to whistle.
Shannon.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, he's learning
Aw.
songs now. Yeah.
I never knew that. I was reading the list. I was like, oh, I never knew that. Never knew that was one.
Me neither. I did the same thing you did because he was like doing it more and more, and I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe he's learning to proud of himself, but it's just stimming. Hi.
It's really neat.
I got us.
Hey, Shannon, finally. I
Hi.
friended you, Mr.
I never knew that.
Everybody's
Me neither.
coming in.
I did the same thing you did. More and more. I'm like, what is that? Am I the only one hearing like a bunch of feedback?
Where are they?
Yeah, I hear a lot of feedback. A lot of feedback. I friended you, Mr.
It went away.
Everything is cutting out.
I muted your mic, goddess.
Okay. I was like, what is that?
Oh, okay, got
She
it.
has a lot of feedback. I don't know whether it's because her computer may be a little louder. I don't know. But sometimes we get that through some things. It might be
It
better.
used to happen to me a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. But it is good seeing all of you guys. And thank you for chiming in for our last bit. So we're going to log out of here. I'm getting ready to go get me a ham sandwich.
But thanks for finally getting on, Goddess.
Yes, thank you, goddess.
Well,
You guys have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Brand.
Everybody.
For our
See you guys later, everybody.
All right. Have a good night. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everyone.
But thanks for finally getting on.